Hi guys, welcome to Code Artisan Lab. This is video number 43 for multi-vendor e-commerce website in Django with ReactJs. In this video, we will start the add to cart functionality, right? So what we will implement? We will implement add to cart, update the cart, or remove the cart. Actually, this is the project in which we will add to cart single quantity at a time. So it will be add to cart and remove cart, you can say, right? So mainly two things that we need to do, but we will implement this add to cart functionality with a session. Okay, because maybe the user don't want to purchase all the product that in his cart, so we will make this session and store the cart in the session. Once user place the order, then we will move the session data to the database, right? So let's implement this. So first of all, we will start with the add to cart functionality. So let's start. So when we click on this button, then it should add to cart in the session, and it should also show here, right? So let's start with the add to cart, and let's implement this. So first of all, I will make this type button, right? And then we will say on click on oh on click uh, cart button handler, right? So let's cart button handler. So I will make it here. So constant cart button handler equal to, and then arrow function, right? So when we click on this, then it should add the cart. And one more thing, when we clicked here, then we will change this button to remove from cart, right? So let's implement use state. Let's say cart button click status. Okay, by default it will be false. Okay, and set cart button click status, and we will say here, yeah, here this. Then if not, then we will show this button. Okay, else we will show, cart add button handler, and this will be cart remove button handler, right? So cart add button handler. Okay, and the second function will be cart remove button handler. Okay, so when we click on this, then it should set the status. And the status will be true. Okay, so this will be true, and in the another case it will be false, right? So click here. Okay, set button click status false, true. So here we are, set button cart remove button handler. This will be cart button click status. Yeah, this is fine. When we click on this, it will set the status true. Set cart button click status, Yes, this is fine. It should work. Click here. Let's see in the console. When we click here, then user status. Okay, remove from cart, and this will be remove from cart, and this will be here, and let's say warning. All right, so click remove from cart. When we click, then add to cart. Okay, so this is working now. Now we need to implement the main thing. When we click here, then we need to add the data in the session. You can we have a two way. We can add the data to the session, or we can add the data to the cookies, right? So once user place the order, then we can move that cookies to the uh, once we move the then we can move that cookies to our server. Okay, so what we should prefer, let's prefer to add in the cookies, right? So once user place the order, then we will move that data to the uh, database, and we don't need to use the session, right? Then let's it will be fast. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so let's add to cart the product in the cookies, right? So what we will do, we will create here constant cart data equal to, it will be a list, and then we will say product, right? And in the product we should have id, let's say one, not one, actually we have product, so product data dot id, and then title, so product data dot title, right? So let's say title, and then we should also have a user, right? So what we will say, user and id, let's say one. We will fetch the user because we are now using the context API, so we will use the user. But let's complete the functionality. So I have defined one, right? So this is card data. Now what we will do, we will add this card data in the local storage. So local storage dot set item, right? So local storage only store the string data, so we will convert this JSON to string. So we will say JSON string equal to, right? So let's say let JSON string equal to JSON dot stringify card data, and then we will add this. So first one is our key. Okay, oh sorry, it will be card data, and then this will be uh card string. We will say card string, right? Sorry. All right, so now we are setting this. Now the same way we will remove this, but okay, let's remove this. So we will say remove item. Currently we are removing all the item from the cart, but later we will remove only the single product, right? So local storage dot remove item, right? So cart data. Okay, now let's we can now use this. Let's go to network, not network, storage, local storage, and here we are. So add to cart. Here you can see cart data, product id, and everything here. So when we remove from the cart, then when you click here, you have just only customer login and customer username, right? So we are successfully removing and adding the data to the local storage, right? So let's implement this for the multiple products, right? So what we will do, we will fetch this get item, right? And we will say let cart JSON cart string, okay, and we will convert this to JSON. So cart JSON equal to JSON dot parse, right? Here we are. So cart string, okay, and then we will push this data to the, so what we will do, let cart, so cart data will be let's say all cart data equal to cart JSON dot push this data, okay. What we are doing here, let's say previous cart, right? So we will say cart JSON, okay, everything is okay now. And then we will all cart data, we will stringify this, and then we will set this in the item. But before this, we need to check one more thing. Cart JSON we will check if previous, okay, let's check this first, let's check this, then we will see what it will give us. Okay, so local storage, we don't have anything, add to cart, and it is making error, cart JSON is null. So cart JSON is null, so what we will do, if cart JSON equal to null, we will add here. If not equal to null, then we will implement this push, right? Stringify, actually let's make this in all, right? Else we will just add our card data. If not equal to null, then we will push to the previous cart, and then we will do, if equal to null, then we will just add this one, right? So now let's check this. So add to cart, let's see in the storage, cart data, remove from cart, add to cart, right? And then let's go else, anywhere else. Oh, we have only one product, so let's add one more product here. So localhost 3000, oh no, admin, products, let's add category Python, vendor one, title Django Project, price let's say 500. We need to add image, so let's add Django, tag Django Python. Oh, we already added, okay. Then save this. All right, so when we go to home, view all product, so we have Django, and when we click here, right, so related product is showing, and when we local storage, so we have card data, click here, so what it is saying, card data 2, uh, all card data JSON previous card dot push. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, so it is saying previous card data is not added here. Okay, let's see why not added. Okay, so I have resolved the issue for our add to cart functionality. When we have added the add to cart, it was showing the number because here we were assigning the variable when we are pushing the data. So where is the add card? Yes, so when we are pushing the data, I was assigning the things, but we don't need to assign the data because it is originally added the value in the array, right? So we don't need to assign, or we don't need to do anything like that. Okay, so when we are adding the data, then we just push, and then we will stringify, and then we will set the item, right? And in the similar way, we are deleting the item via index, right? And here I'm also checking that if object of array is not null, then we will delete or we will add. So we are applying the both thing, we are applying in the both function, right? So let's check this. So when we click to add to cart, then here is it is showing the remove from cart. And if we go to the storage, here is a storage, and here you can see that this is showing the data. If we remove this, then it will remove the data, but null is there, right? So this is removing the element, this is removing the element from the array, but index is there, right? So this is the thing with the delete button. Okay, so we will try to remove this via slice function. Okay, but now it is okay, we are working this. I want to show you this functionality, right? So when we click here, then we will click add to cart, and even if you refresh this page, it will show this button, because on the loading, we are checking that we are here check product in a cart. So we are checking that if this particular id is in the cart, then we are setting this button status click true, because when we click on that, it is showing the remove from cart, right? So this is the whole thing that so now we have added the data in the cart. Now we will use the context API to show the cart here, right? So when we click here, it will show the it should show the number, that how many elements in the cart, right? So let's do that. Okay, so now we need to show the my cart, actually the updated my cart numbers. I mean, how many items we need to show in the cart with the help of context API. So before we going to work with the context API, or I think we have already worked, but let's see. So they are saying if we need to pass data to the child elements, or from child to parent element, context API is very useful. Okay, so this is the documentation, so you can read it. Okay, and this is the new documentation screen they have developed. So here they are saying passing data deeply with the context, right? So before without the context API, we need to pass props in the every child element, but with the help of uh, context hook, we can just wrap the child elements in the hook, then we can access the data. Okay, so let's see how we are doing. So the main thing is, whenever we click here, remove from cart, so it is showing here my cart is 1, add to cart, and it is showing here my cart 2, right? So what we have done, so first of all, I have created context.js, right? So here I am exporting two constant, user context and cart context, right? So the cart context is empty, user context, in this context I'm saving the login property, and which is useful for checking the user is logged in or not. And then app.js, in the app.js I am importing the cart context and wrapping all the routes in the cart context, right? And by default I'm providing the value, right? And by default the value is from the local storage, right? Whatever we have in the local storage, I'm providing the default value. Okay, so in the header I'm just importing the cart context, right? And then using that value. So here you can use context. Okay, two things we need to remember in the context JS, we are importing the create context from the React, right? And then in the header we are using the use context hook, right? Like we have a use state and other things. One more thing that is important, here we are setting the setter. We have this function, sorry, variable, and this is our setter function, and we are using the use state hook to save the data so that we can update later. Okay, so in the header we have importing this card data from this use context, and then card data dot length we are using for to count the objects. Now let's go to product detail. Here we are in the product detail. Here you can see this is I'm importing the user context and card context, and the same way I'm importing the two values, two variables, card context, sorry, card data and set card data setter function. And this set card data I'm setting here whenever we click on the item. So we have this card JSON, I'm setting this in the card JSON, and then whenever we remove, we are setting this again card JSON, and card JSON contain the data, right? And here I'm not using delete function, but I'm using splice function. This will remove the array element from the index. So this is the whole thing about the card context, right? So here we have created this. This is the overview. So this is created, and then importing and passing the state value, in the provider, and then using in the header, and using in the cart product detail page, and setting the value, right? So you can see that now from any child component you can just use the context, and you can update or just simply use the values, right? So this is the whole thing about the context API. We don't need to use any kind of other things, any kind of third party, but with the help of context API we can easily do that. So remove and add to cart. So this is working in our local storage, right? So we have completed our add to cart functionality. In the next video I will show you the cart page. Here we will fetch the data, right? And we will also try to implement the wish list. Okay, so but wish list is depend on the login. Okay, so before wish list, when we click on this, it will check user logged in or not. If not, then it will redirect to the login page, and if exist, then we can add to wish list. Or we can one more option, we if user not logged in, we will not show this wish list button, right? Let's see what we will implement, right? So thank you so much for watching the video, and I think I told you very fast about the context. But if you have any question, any doubt, then please you can ask me in the comment section. I will try to help you as much as possible. And before commenting me, uh, please try to read the official documentation. I think they are explaining very well. Okay, so yep, So thank you so much for watching the video. Please stay tuned with the Code Artisan Lab, and also you can download the projects, Django projects, from projectsplaza.com. And this is also very big support for me, so you can download and run, and you can learn lots of things that I have implemented in these projects. And thank you so much for watching the video. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you.